Okay guys, so here we are at the build. I think this is my third Amara build. I'm still getting a little bit used to playing on her, but yeah, so this is what we got. So I'll go ahead and read off the build. We're speccing into the Brawl tree and the Fist of Elements tree. To start things off, we're going to be running 4 out of 5 and a Root of Rise for max health, 5 out of 5 in a Clarity. Then we're going to throw 7 out of 5 into Helping Hands for that extra damage reduction. Then we're going to go ahead and throw 4 and 3 in the Mindfulness. If you want to, you could take out 1 from Mindfulness and then throw it into here in a Clarity. I get +1 from my class mod, +2 in Helping Hands, and then 2 from Mindfulness, so just pointing that out. Then we're not going to touch any of this stuff right here. We got 1 with Nature. Amara gains increased max health and elemental damage resistance to her action skill element. So we're going to be running Shock here, so we're going to be getting some pretty good damage reduction from Shock overall. You know, you can switch up whatever element you want to run, but I am running Shock here to help take off shields. And then we also get 40% from that Shock damage. Now if you are running this through the raid and you want to use something like a Transformer, then totally feel free to switch your element up to Incinerary. That'll definitely give you some better damage since the Transformer gives you immunity to shock damage anyways. And then we have our Safety Net and Guardian Angel over here. Alright, so coming into the Fist of Elements tree, we're going to be running the Phase Grasp, and then we're going to be running Allure. Mars action skill creates a singularity that pulls in enemies, so yes. Once again, we are running the Shock element here. And we're going to be running the 5 out of 5 in Anima, 5 out of 5 in a Tempest, 5 out of 5 into Wildfire, 1 into Dread, 1 into Deep Well. Real quick, I want to note that I did try to spec into every single one of these elements, so if you want to pull the one from Catharsis, you can, or you want to pull out some of the ones from Conflux, you can, but I was trying to spec into all of these overall. The Lifesteal one, the Sustainment, is a very good one if you want to spec more into that one. This is to help with ricochets. This was when I was using a Lucian's Call. If you do want to take off to an indiscriminate, totally feel free to max out your Lifesteal or your Catharsis, either way. So then we have the roundabout perk here, the Forceful Expression. Amara's gun deals bonus elemental damage based on her action skill element, 18% overall shock damage we're going to be doing. So yeah, that rounds it up. Oh yeah, and then we also have our 1 into Violent Tapestry, so we can get the rush stacks when we're popping our Phase Grasp. So yeah, so coming into the equipment here, real quick, we're going to be running a Brainstormer, Cutsman, Ion Cannon, and a Maggie. I want to say that I was running this build earlier with the Lucian's Call. Like I said, this is it's my favorite Lucian's Call on action skill, and next 2 magazines will have 50% additional corrosive damage. This is just mainly overall good for like the raid and stuff like that, but I did switch it out. However, if you do have a good rolled Lucian's Call, totally feel free to put that on. Anyways though, so we'll be reading off what we got here. So we're doing a lot of ASE stuff because we're gonna be popping our Phase Grasp very often, and you actually won't be like having way much on a cooldown due to the way like how it works. So having any good ASE anointments, I'm pretty sure at this point a lot of people know that if you have good ASE anointments, you definitely want to make sure to run them, because a lot of builds, especially like right now that is the meta, is to run solid ASE weapons. So this one gets bonus radiation damage, this Brainstormer. I'm still looking for a better one that gives better ASE anointment, but this is the one that I'm working with right now. It's still pretty good, but I definitely could look for a better one. Here is the Cutsman. We have bonus shock damage, so our build, our elemental, will help out with this one a lot on our ASE, so that's why I'm running this Cutsman specifically, is for that shock ASE. Plus we're running an Incinerary one, so it can melt shields and melt like flesh fairly fast, so that's why we're running a Incinerary Cutsman. Then we're running the Ion Cannon. On action scale and weapon damage is increased for 100% for a short time. This is a pick-me-up gun, huge burst of damage weapons. Everyone knows how overpowered the Ion Cannon is. It can go in just about any build you would like to put it in. So yeah, the Ion Cannon, and then the Maggie. This one has a pretty weak ASE. Overall, the roll on this one's pretty bad, but it's the best Maggie I have. I'm still working on getting a better one. An action skill and weapon accuracy and handling are greatly increased for a short time, so I mean, it's a decent ASE, but you know, no extra damage on ASE or anything, so Yeah, that does round it up for the weapons. Once again, you know, if you have a good, perfectly rolled Lucian's Call or Lyuda, totally, you can feel free to throw it in here. But definitely, you want to keep a Brainstormer and a Maggie for sure. The Maggie just works overall. Oh, okay, you know, real quick, you know, if you do have a good lucky 7, you could roll that in here instead of the Maggie, but I still like using the Maggie. Just wanted to point that out. So coming down here to the equipment, we have the mainly we have this red card here for the ASE. On action skill and gain 50% radiation damage with weapons for 10 seconds. If you have this ASE on any shield, or like this type of ASE on any shield, yeah, put that shield on. That's the reason why I'm using this red card. If I got this on a better shield, like a Transformer, a stopgap, that'd be much more appreciated, but it's what I got, so yeah, we're using the red card here. Then we're running this Smurf Hex. First of all, the Hex is a really good grenade, and then on action skill and 50% shock damage, which works well with the build, giving extra shock damage. So yeah, this grenade just goes hand in hand with everything. Really helps out our Brainstormer too. So I guess we'll go into the class mod. The class mod is definitely the most important one here. We have the spiritual driver. So when Amara activates her action skill, she applies her action skill element to herself. So that is going to be shock damage. Once again, this is why another reason why I said if you have a Transformer, a good Transformer, totally feel free to run that, because you will be applying shock up to yourself almost all the time, and a Transformer would definitely be the beneficiary to that type of element. But then Amara's gun damage is greatly increased while moving. The quicker she moves, the greater the gun bonus. This is why we run the rush stack, so we can quickly apply Samson's rush to ourselves, so we can do a shitload of damage really fast in quick spurts, which works really well. The roll on this one's pretty meh. Oops. 28 splash, 5 grenade capacity, and 24% weapon magazine size. It's not the best rolled one, but it's actually, yeah, it is the only spiritual driver I got. So yeah, and then our class mod, any good elemental projector will be very well, since you'll be applying you know, the status element to yourself. You'll definitely want to make sure you have an elemental projector, so you'll just have that 90% damage boost to whatever you're damaging yourself with, which in our case is shock, which makes our Brainstormer even more overpowered. So yeah, for a build like this, if you have really good shock weapons, totally feel free to throw them on, or if you want to run a flip side of an incendiary build, totally feel free to do that. The reason I like to run the shock damage is because first of all, we do have a lot of good ASE stuff on our shock, first on our grenade and then on our Cutsman, and then the Brainstormer, combine that with the elemental projector, just provides for insanely good AoE crowd control damage and just insane damage burst overall. So yeah, just wanted to go ahead and share this little build with you guys. If you guys did enjoy the video, then make sure to drop your load on that like button and subscribe if you are new. Also, while you're at it, go ahead and give that bell down there a little bit of a love tip for me. I greatly appreciate it. Also, if you want to join our Discord, try Discord. It's a little community that me and my boy Hyphen are working on building up. So if you want to be a part of that, a link to that at the top of the description. But yeah, guys, hope you guys did enjoy the video. My name's Kree, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out, y'all.